Hello friends, today I am discuss about receptor mediated endocytosis. Have you ever wondered about how cell absorb important molecule like cholesterol? Our bodies uses a special process called receptor mediated endocytosis to efficiently bring in necessary substance while keeping out the unnecessary one. So what is the definition of receptor mediated endocytosis? A selective mechanism for internalizing a specific macromolecule via transmembrane receptor protein. So what is the mean by this? A receptor mediated endocytosis is a selective and effective way to cell to absorb a specific macromolecule. Instead of taking everything, the cell uses a special receptor protein which bind to a specific molecule in extracellular fluid and taking them inside the cell. So what is the mechanism of receptor mediated endocytosis? A macromolecule bind to a complementary receptor protein receptor cluster in a clathrin coated bits. So this is the receptor, this is the molecule bind to a receptor. These receptor form a clathrin coated bits. These clathrin coated bits pinch off from the plasma membrane and vesicles and form a clathrin coated vesicles. These vesicles transport the macromolecule inside the cell. So this is the mechanism of receptor mediated endocytosis. So what is the function of receptor mediated endocytosis? It will increase the efficiency of macromolecule uptake over by 100 times. So it will increase the cell's efficiency to uptake any macromolecule over 100 times. And the second is cell allow the cell to take a specific molecule without excess extracellular fluid. In previous endocytosis mechanism, we saw that some extracellular fluid also come with vesicles, but in receptor mediated endocytosis only specific molecule bring inside the cell without any excess extracellular fluid. So this is the function of receptor mediated endocytosis. So what is the example of receptor mediated endocytosis? One of the most important application of this process is cholesterol uptake by LDL. In our blood, cholesterol is transported in the form of LDL, low density lipoprotein. When a cell need cholesterol, when a cell, as we know that the cell need cholesterol for their membrane synthesis, and cholesterol is the component of plasma membrane. When a cell need cholesterol for their membrane synthesis, it will make transmembrane receptor protein or LDL receptor protein. These receptor insert into the plasma membrane. LDL receptor diffuse and cluster in a clathrin coated bits. These receptor diffuse and cluster into clathrin coated bits. These coated bits pinch off from the coated vesicles. LDL particles bind to this receptor. Coated bits internalize and the coats vesicle inside the cell. These are internalized into the cell. So this is the process how the cholesterol uptake LDL molecule inside the cell. And inside the cell, what will happen? This is the LDL molecule as we shown, as we see in this figure. This is the LDL molecule, this is the blood vessels, this is LDL receptor. LDL molecule bind to LDL receptor and clathrin coated bits form around these and they are internalized into the cell. The vesicles which are carrying LDL loses their clathrin coat and merge with endosomes, early endosomes. Inside the early endosomes, acidic environment causing the LDL detach from their receptor. LDL detach from their receptor. LDL then these LDL passes to lysosome, where the cholesterol is released and made available for the cell to use to building a new membrane, or cholesterol is now free to use for the use of cell. So this is the process of uptake of um, uptake of cholesterol via LDL receptor. So what happen if this process is fail or genetic defect occur in LDL receptor? So defect lead to the contributing to atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis, as we see, some people inherit genetic mutation that prevent LDL receptor to form to working properly. This means their cells can't absorb cholesterol efficiently, leading to the high cholesterol level in blood. So types of receptor effect. So what is the effect? First is complete absence of LDL receptor. So when the cell don't have any LDL receptor, so how can the LDL molecule bind to receptor and cell can how can cell uptake the LDL or cholesterol inside the cell? So if the complete absence of LDL receptor, mutation in binding site, defect in an intracellular domain. As you can see in this diagram, the first one is a normal and second one is a mutate LDL receptor. In first diagram, you can see this is a LDL binding site, this is a LDL receptor protein, and here is a coated PITS binding site. In first diagram, LDL molecule can efficiently bind to LDL receptor, and they are the glycerin coated PITS formed around them. So it is this is occur in normal case. In second diagram, you can see that there is a LDL receptor, and but what happened in this diagram, the LDL receptor protein with defective coated PITS binding site, there is a defect occur in coated PITS binding site. As we can see first diagram, there is a coated PITS binding site, but in second diagram, LDL receptor protein with defective coated PITS binding site. So if there is a defect occur in coated PITS binding site, so this LDL receptor cannot bind to adapter protein of glycerin coats. So if they are not bind to adapter protein, so these LDL molecule cannot be transferred inside the cell. This is cytosol, this is the extracellular surface. So these LDL molecule cannot be transferred inside the cell, and this can lead to the accumulation of LDL molecule in blood. What is the consequence of this? LDL accumulates in blood. LDL accumulates in blood and forming atherosclerotic plaque, and can leading to the stroke and heart attack or coronary artery disease. So what happened in this? This is the blood. If there is a accumulation of LDL in a blood, this will form a plaque. This plaque can lead to the blockage of blood flow and block the blood flow, and this can lead to the stroke and coronary artery disease or heart attack in many cases. How can we fix it? People with high cholesterol can take a medication like statins statins to lower their blood cholesterol level. These drugs can prevent the heart disease and save lives. Receptor mediated endocytosis is a vital process that keeps our cell healthy by bringing the essential molecule cholesterol. Understanding how this process work help us fight disease like atherosclerosis and develop better treatment. So that's all for today. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more science content. Thank you.